What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at Russo Lifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Today is another topic video, and it is going to be titled "The Worst Type of Sarm/Steroid Users Are." And just to give the caveat, there will be an Elevate plug for my TRT company in this video. But getting into this topic, I see the worst type of steroid SARM user being someone, and I'm the bloat lord right now, I get that, but basically people come into my Instagram DM box, and you can DM me at any time. I try and answer 20 to 30 people for free a day, but people come into me like they're completely out of shape, and I'm talking like completely out of shape, overweight, and they come to me with this elaborate cycle plan that they think is gonna like melt the body fat off. They think is gonna like just boom, everything's gonna be fixed after this cycle. And this is just my angle on it, right? So if you're already overweight, you most likely already have like fucked up high cholesterol. If you're already overweight, any type of androgen that has an estrogen conversion is going to be amplified, because the fatter you are, the more aromatization you have. And then if you're overweight, your blood pressure is probably already relatively high, if not very high. And then you're going to add androgens that increase that further. Like, I see the strong man, like not the strong men that are in shape. I'm not talking shit on all the strong men, and I'm not talking shit on all the powerlifters that are in shape. Like, there's powerlifters like Stan Efferding, there's powerlifters like Larry Wheels, and like most of the elite strongmen are in shape. But I'm talking about like the obese, amateur, fat ones that add tons of gear on top. Like, there's a guy in my gym, he must weigh 340 pounds, and he's blasting shit. And he's like an obese 340 pounds. I can only imagine his blood pressure just without anything, let alone adding in anadrol, let alone adding in dianabol. Basically, I think the worst type of SARM and steroid abuser is someone who's already has all these chronic health things via blood work. Like, if they pulled their blood work, I would honestly be like, pull your blood work. Let's see what your blood work looks like at this body weight, and see what your blood pressure's at, see what your HDL and LDL is at, and see where your resting heart rate is sitting before even adding in androgens, let alone adding in an extreme blast. And let's go from there. Now, I guarantee they have fucked up LDL, super high LDL, have super low HDL from their extremely poor diet, not even like a crappy diet. You have to have an extremely poor diet for some of these people who come in my DM box. And they probably already have messed up blood pressure, probably have a resting heart rate of around 90 to 100, and they come to me, they're going to add in trend, they're going to add in test, and they think the fat's going to melt right off, and this is the key to them fixing their body composition, where obviously a lifestyle change, and then that they can't stick to a plan at all, and that they are attempting to shortcut. Because let me tell you, if you're like super obese, and this is someone currently growing titties right now, I am doing a men-only cycle documentary before my gyno surgery to grow my titties, to have it be easier to cut out for the surgeon. The fatter you are, the more aromatization you have. So you're already amplifying the blood pressure like crazy. And then to combat that, you're going to bring in even more aromatase inhibitors, which is resulting in crashed HDL. You're fucking up your good cholesterol even further than it already is. What I'm getting around to, like, if you want to go on cycle, if you feel not being on cycle is the reason why your body composition is like that, which is false about 99% of the time. You might have horrible hormones and your thyroid might be fucked up. Okay. Most people, no. It's diet, lifestyle changes, alcohol consumption, sleep schedule, cortisol, stress. All those variables should be fixed before even thinking about doing a cycle, and then obviously having a base amount of muscle and strength as well, which is all skipped over by some of these people, all skipped over. And I get that, this is the age of instant gratification. This is the age of like, oh, there's a pill to fix that. Oh, there's steroids to fix my body. No, right? Steroids are like throwing gasoline on a fire. If you don't got a fire to throw gasoline on, nothing's going to happen, you know? And it just pains me. So I'll make the Elevate plug right. If you want to get your hormones optimized, meaning just like get on HRT and they would go through your blood work with you and discuss all the things that you need to fix to get in shape. And if you wanted to go on a little HRT and be professionally monitored, you know, there's my advertisement. I think the worst steroid and SARM user is the fat, you know, out of shape powerlifter. And I'm talking about the powerlifters who are on Instagram, like eating fucking donuts and they do their beer drinking after their workout, adding an anadrol on top, adding in halotestin with high amounts of test and tren on top. All those health issues they already have are exacerbated. The baseline health parameters they have are already fucked without any androgens. Then you add in the androgens and you're putting them in the deadly zone and you're putting them in the progression of heart disease rapidly zone. My 2 cents, right? You want to get to at least 12% body fat before you jump on cycle. Am I an example of that? No, right? The bloat lord's talking right now. Everyone's going to be commenting, you fucking hypocrite, Russo. I get it. But I've seen extreme cases that are way worse than me. The couch potato, that to just jumping straight into blasting gear. Like, you already have a bunch of health issues that you should fix before even considering an HRT dosage, let alone coming to me saying like, oh, you think this is gonna melt my fat? You know, here's this blast I came up with, or here's this blast that some coach wrote me, you know, because I just paid him and he doesn't give a fuck about my health, but he wrote me this multi-compound thing and he says I'm gonna get shredded and everything. If you can't stick to a diet, if you can't have a baseline of muscle and strength, and if you can't have good health parameters proven by statistical blood work. Like, I love how guys like, oh, my blood pressure is great. Show me your blood pressure. Oh, my cholesterol's great. Show me. You know, I'm not some fucking genie that can actually like visually scan you and like come up with all these numbers. Like, I guarantee if you pull your blood work, you won't be saying that. And someone who reads a lot of blood work over the past 5 years, you know, even guys who are in shape, you know, they have health parameters out of whack. If you're thinking about that, or if you have a friend who's like super obese and just wants to jump in the deep end as far as blasting shit, that is the worst type of steroid SARM abuser in my opinion. Even the elite fat powerlifters, even the elite fat strongmen are the worst examples of steroid and SARM abusers because their health parameters are already so compromised, and then they're adding in androgens on top at extreme dosages. And that's just like, you know, 150 to 250 milligrams of test. You know, they're blasting test at 500 plus. They're adding in halotestin on top if they're powerlifting. They're adding in anadrol on top if they're powerlifting. They're adding in dianabol on top if they're powerlifting. And when you add in dianabol at such a high body fat, you have triple the aromatization to estrogen than you would if you were 12 to 13% body fat, right? If you're 25 plus percent body fat taking dianabol with your blood pressure already compromised, your cholesterol already compromised, your resting heart rate already compromised, you are just asking for a heart attack, and you are asking to have heart issues, you know, a decade down the line if you continue down that. And I see this every time. You know, I see people think that the steroids is why the bodybuilder looks like that. You know, really why the bodybuilder looks like that is the consistent dieting, the consistent training, the consistent cardio, and then the baseline that they've already built naturally. And then they maintain all those variables, and then they mitigate the health risk, and they already had good health parameters to start, so it's actually manageable to mitigate the health risk. When someone comes to me that ginormous, that fat, with those fucked up health parameters right off the bat, there's no mitigation. You're just putting yourself in the straight up danger zone. And I understand that, like, powerlifting, like, the bigger you are, the more you lift. Like, I see a lot of like 200 to 215 pound powerlifters who are enhanced deadlifting over 850. You know, you don't have to be ginormous to pull big weight. You would much rather want to be within a good, healthy BMI and then add androgens on top and get as strong as you want. I really think that this, like, the stupid enhanced powerlifting lifestyle and never doing cardio. Like, that stereotype needs to stop, especially when they're all popping Anadrol before their workouts every day. I can't imagine what their blood pressure is during their workouts, and I can't imagine, pulling their blood work while they're halfway through their blast. If you have a friend going down this road, just get in shape. Diet, get in shape, you'll feel so much better. I'm fat and out of shape right now. Come January, when I'm back in shape, I feel so much better than I currently do. And I feel like some guys have muscle dysmorphia. They want to feel big all the time, and they don't want to get some. Trust me, when you actually get to the weight, when you fight the body dysmorphia and get down to a healthy weight, you won't miss being you won't miss that at all. Trust me, coming from the bloat lord. So that's the worst type of steroid and Sarm abuser, is the one that already has their health parameters completely fucked. They think that adding in this giant blast is going to melt the fat off and turn it all into muscle, when they have no consistent diet, no consistent cardio, and they haven't even mitigated all the health parameters before even jumping on gear. And then they're not just jumping on gear, they're jumping on blast of test, Anadrol on top, halotestin on top, dianabol on top, extreme blast. The fatter you are, the more aromatization you have to estrogen, so you're fighting a losing battle with that as far as blood pressure and water retention goes. And if you want to combat that, you would bring in aromatase inhibitors, which would result in you fucking up your HDL, aka good cholesterol, even further. So that's the worst type of steroid and Sarm abuser, is that 280-pound plus dude who's just big to be big, doesn't diet at all, adds in a shit ton of steroids on top. Those are the walking heart attacks, and there are 2 in my gym, and I feel for them. But it's like telling a dude like that, hey man, you should get smaller and you can maintain the same strength. It's a hard conversation to bring up to a person like that, and I'm not gonna fucking blow their ego off the door. Hopefully you will link this to someone suffering like that, because I would much rather see them get their health parameters in check, get at a body weight that they feel actually good at, and then add the steroids in. And it's much easier to mitigate all the damage that's being done versus you just fucking everything up further when you're that out of shape. So if you do know someone, link them this video. It might save their life. I hope everyone's doing well. I will see you guys in my next video.